If you're just joining us, what's happened is Moon has come from the loser bracket and won 2-1. So we go to another set of 3, or map 4, however you want to call it, and we move in to everything's equal. TH's comfort zone, his cushion, it's gone, wiped away by the Korean. And now we're at even Stevens, 1 best of 3 to decide them all. I'm joined by Grubby, Mr. Warcraft 3. Grubby, your thoughts on this match so far?
Yeah, well said so far, Stuart. They're back with a clean slate, 1 best of 3 to decide the winner. TH doesn't have the comfort of coming from the winner bracket anymore, so he can't play quite as zany as he might have done in the start. Let's look at the map now. Twisted Meadows. It's a map that was not played yet in the previous best of 3. They did play Echo Isles, Secret Valley, and Melting Valley. The only 2 maps which they haven't played yet is Twisted Meadows and Turtle Rock. So now they're playing Twisted Meadows, which means that this map was removed previously by one of the 2 players. And now it's being played. So someone decided to change gears here. TH is scouting with his first peasant right away. He has already covered 2 bases at the point when the heroes are starting, so he now knows where Moon is situated. He knows Moon is bottom right, and Moon doesn't have that same knowledge about TH yet.
So, one thing I was discussing at halftime was, is it possible that the wind now is firmly knocked out of TH's sails? He had an audacious start, he tried to rush, and he tried it twice. And he came close to taking that match. Is it now a case of will he rest on his laurels, will he be depressed, will he let it get to him, or does he still have a 4th, a 5th, and a potentially 6th game plan to call upon?
Well, I think that it's very important for a pro player to have a very stable mentality where he can kind of manipulate the way he thinks and feels about things. A good player should always be calm and ready to fight for more, no matter what odds he's facing. So if we're assuming that TH is in a healthy spot in his mind, that means that he'll just try his best in this game and won't let anything affect him of what happened previously. And we do see that he hasn't lost his guts quite yet. Went with a Mountain King first and does a tower rush on account of Moon's Ancient of War being out of his base and trying a rather gutsy creep route. As soon as he saw that Moon came to his base and stopped creeping, made an Ancient of War in his base, he immediately turned tail. What a baller.
He has himself, he's not afraid of going for it, interestingly, but then to lose his mind, or not to lose his mind, to lose his nerve on it, or to perhaps make a decision he felt that was best in his best interest is a curious one. Just rare that you'd see him. How many times do you see a tower rush cancelled on the door of someone's base?
Before it even started?
Yeah.
Well, this is something that you must be willing to do when you see that the player is defending well or perhaps even over-defending, and then it could actually work out well. I mean, you did sacrifice some resources in taking your peasants off wood to do an offense, but at the same time, Moon did make that second Ancient of War really early and a Hunter Soul now, so he's also slower in creeping so far, so it did serve a purpose, and perhaps he felt that either one of 2 things. Either he felt that it wouldn't work anymore, and then it is a very good idea not to do it, or he felt that he had already gained enough from it in the way that Moon was forced to respond to it, that at this point he decides he can better go for perhaps an expansion. And whatever the reason was, he did feel like it was not the best avenue to success anymore to continue the tower rush. I do have to agree with him there. Level 1 Mountain King versus level 1 Demon. He's going to be out of mana in no time, and there were full Moonwells. Second Ancient of War, and Moon didn't lose anything while he was trying to creep. He just lost time and a bit of HP.
And my next question for you, Grubby, is experience. You know, in this situation, is the stage, is the spectacle going to get to TH? Because despite the fact he's been around the circuit a long time and the top player, he's not a Moon, he's not a Grubby, he's not a Lin, who have become to call stages like this their second home. Is that going to play any part on it, or does that go out of the window?
All I know is that TH is an excellent tournament player, and these guys have faced each other before in the finals of a big event, the PGL, where Moon was definitely the favorite, but TH took it in a 3-2 score. So they have met before, and Moon has a score to settle with him as well. And actually both of them are excellent tournament players, which is why the finals we're seeing now is so exciting and so great.
So we are all set up delicately here as Moon continues his attack, and in fact he's going to get himself surrounded for the time being by those 3 or 4 units.
Yep, he does take out 2 footmen, loses another archer, loses his town portal. He knows that this Mountain King has a second skill bash, which has 15, 30 and 45% respectively on level 1, 2 and 3 to bash and stun the opponent, cancelling whatever he's doing at the moment. And this includes the action of using Staff of Teleport to go out. It takes about 5 to 6 seconds, I think, to use Staff of Teleport to get away. So that gives the Mountain King about 4 chances to bash him, and that's just not a risk he wanted to take and potentially lose his Demon Hunter and lose his first map probably. So he just decided to go with the safe route and TP out first.
Now attack coming from Moon up to TH's expansion. Will he be able to take it down?
Usually when you're playing against human, you can't really expect to take down the expansion. They're probably going to get it no matter what. What is very important is that you make him pay. You want to make him pay, delay, kill as much as you can, so that you can eventually get your own counter expansion or come up with a more strong second push and use glaive throwers to take out more stuff.
And by making him pay, this militia move is costing him resources every second.
Yep, that's true, and he'll probably follow up with a few kills as well. Did kill 1 peasant there, trying to make sure his Berserker escapes. This Mountain King has boots, so he could probably chase down the Berserker and kill it, but he can't afford to go away from this fight now.
Because at the moment the Demon Hunter is locked in, and that Huntress is definitely surrounded and going nowhere. The Demon Hunter could take some significant damage in the remainder of this fight as well, but does escape. Those Huntresses will continue to take damage though.
Yep, and this Demon is treading a very thin line here. He has to stay close to the Mountain King on one hand to mana burn him if the Clarity gets used, but on the other hand he can't stay too close because he's so low life. So he's actually choosing to go home and use his Huntresses to stay with the Mountain King. If he can make sure that he doesn't lose the Mountain King from sight at any time, he could make sure the Mountain King doesn't have enough mana to get Stormbolt, and he does so very nicely. The Hunters stay close to him, he does exactly what I forecasted. He uses Clarity and cancelled it right away. 70 gold gone down the drain, and he only got about 10 mana. And if he uses this hunt to cancel the Clarity once again, which he doesn't have time to do anymore, he could have done an even nicer follow-up, cancel that Clarity also. But so the expansion is finished now. I do see from the corner of my eye here Ancient Protectors being put down, and all the militia are gone. We've seen the militia come in, the police coming in to rescue the expansion there, and now they're gone. And now there's an assault being launched on the main base, and there's actually a hole here where the Hunters could go in, but it's a little bit risky.
Well, Moon is now, perhaps for the first time in this game, being the aggressor.
Yep.
Being the man taking the fight to TH, knowing that he's no longer one map down.
Oh god.
Waiting for host. Just making sure I didn't touch the cable. I didn't. We're all right.
So we're waiting for a host now. There's a lag situation. For the player's sake, I hope it's just us. For the viewer's sake, I hope no one will drop, as I'm not really sure what's going on.
You were disconnected.
We were disconnected. That doesn't mean that only we disconnected. We don't know what's going on with the real game yet.
I'm going to cut and check if it's our network.
So the game is still going on. It's just us that dropped from the game, unfortunately. I don't think we did anything to cause it. There are just a bit of stability problems, but we can in fact continue casting as I look on the technical monitor screen to see how the game goes on. So am I correct, Mr. Technical Guy, that they can't see what's going on anymore, the viewers?
The viewers can. The viewers are getting that.
Yeah,
too.
they're getting this? Okay, that's great. Then I'm just going to continue casting. We do see that... So I'm not the person controlling it anymore. It's the Chinese casters. Okay. Oh, that should be okay. So Moon has launched a very strong assault here on the main base from TH. He's got 3 to 4 APs, 3 APs finished. A large force effectively crushed TH's base here as TH tries to give the little run around, give Moon a slip, and he's creeping now. Creeping from level 3 to level 4. But Moon is right on him. Very, very nice. He doesn't have TP. He does get surrounded. Now he needs to rely on not being bashed. Luck plays a huge role here, and he did not get bashed. Very nice for him. Mountain King not being level 4, there wasn't a very big chance to get bashed, so higher probability did reign supreme here as Demon Hunter staffed out of safety, and that was a very nice move for Moon. A little bit risky, but I wouldn't even say that the Demon loss would have necessarily lost him the game, as he came in with Demon Hunter, mana burn to Mountain King, keep him low, and now he's using his offense, APs, and saying, look, you're now serving for defense, I'm going to expand here. And he has a huge standing army and advancing now on TH's second base, and I don't think even TH has any kind of unit production buildings, nor will he have any soon. So very nice by very nice by Moon.
So Moon this time taking the offensive, and now looking like he's going to take map 1 in this game. And you have to give credit to Moon. He knew when to play safe in the first set, and in particular in that third map in the first set where he just bided his time, and again here he's shown he will bide and then he will pounce.
Yep, and one thing I also really like, Moon did not stop playing a kind of power game. He didn't start building his first Ancient of War at home or something. He doesn't want to be that far behind against normal strats. He did still make it at the biggest camp that he could take, and that also showed guts on his part. Even though he knows that TH might tower rush him at any time at all, he still made Agent of War at the mercenary camp. And when TH came, he was right away ready to cancel it, stop it, give up the idea, and first defend. Make sure at first at least that he's safe. And then finally when TH is gone, then he crept it. As he now town portals in to save his base from the small assault that TH was launching on it. Nice that he bought town portal. Now TH has just a 6-foot man, not all full life. He reached tier 2 but no altar, so we won't see a second hero yet. Moon's expansion nearly finishing with formidable defenses, as he's still tier 1. So we'll just be seeing only Huntresses and Glaive Throwers, which I think will be way more than enough to deal with what TH currently has. And TH has 2 choices now, or in fact he has 3. He can either go for a workshop tech and get mortar teams, which would do well against Moon's army when they're backed by guard towers. He could also get arcane sanctums and get priests and sorceresses, which although they don't deal much damage, do help in keeping his army alive and reducing the effectiveness of Moon's army. Or he could go for Griffin Aviaries and make Dragonhawk Riders, who are not able to be attacked by Huntresses, and they do good damage against Hunts. But that's not all Moon has. He has got 2 Troll Berserkers and 2 Troll Priests, and Dragonhawks are just not very powerful unit. They are more kind of like a spellcaster air unit with aerial shackles, more air-to-air anti-air combat, and they're not the greatest ground killers. So we did see a workshop in TH's base, which does mean he's making mortar team, trying to get some towers there, which is close to the base that Moon actually stole from TH. So I think this was like the start of his big plan to recapture that base somehow with mortars and towers. But so long as Moon doesn't allow that, he doesn't really have any foothold to stand on. And I mean, 1 Stormbolt is going to kill 1 unit, but how many are there? Like 10, 15?
Yeah, there are a lot.
And if you thought Moon is going to stop at 1 expansion, you're dead wrong. He's making another one right at 6 o'clock, which he can walk into the bottom left expansion, the natural of himself, and get an even greater lead. And perhaps we can see Moon going for something crazy like Mountain Giants or Chimeras, just to show the gap between them, because in this game Moon has created a big gap in resources and standing army, and he could finish it off in many different ways if he doesn't make a big mistake.
You're saying it's a matter of time before Moon wins?
I am saying if he doesn't make any mistakes, yes.
Very well covered answer there. And this is, remember, map 1 of the second set. We are taking the Chinese commentators feed here, as we lost our own due to losing net connectivity briefly. And Moon and TH are duking it out to the best of their ability. Moon, remember, on map 1 himself had his own network issues, and has had to bide his time to come back into this, and has done very, very well not to lose his head. And now, pair of them are playing also a game of stamina.
Yep. And these 3 mortar teams here took out all 3 APs. He does have 2 towers finished there already, which will help in the fight. Town portaled in, decided he needed a bit more units than that against the mortar teams, more than just Hans. And he bought all the mercs he could buy, but it's actually looking like TH has a fighting chance here. What I think Moon needs is his tier 2 tech to finish soon. He has about 15 seconds left or 10 seconds left on it to finish. The units that would do well in this situation. Dryads don't do well against mortars, but when they run in circles and micro well, they can actually do quite well. And Dryads are really like an all-purpose unit, which you have a lot of use of against heroes and just as a support unit, and they do good damage, they're quick, they can dispel. So this is one of the most logical units for Moon to make. Or you can go on to tier 3 and get Druids of the Claw.
Here we go, there will be round 2 of this little fight, as those mortar teams rain in and are the ones doing the damage. The rest of them are militia in there.
Yeah, there's loads of militia there, and there's no heal scroll for TA, so if they keep fighting, Moon can take down a lot of stuff there. Very nice. He does have a heal scroll on his Blood Mage. Very nice support hero there by TH. Blood Mage, I think it must be one of his favorite heroes. He can steal mana from the demon and then give it to his Mountain King. So this is much more effective than a second hero Archmage would have been, who could use Brilliance to give extra mana to the Mountain King. This is a way faster way of dealing with it. And we do see that those mortar teams were an excellent choice against Huntresses and being supported by towers, like I said before. And now he actually managed to kill this expansion from Moon. Luckily enough for Moon, he's getting another one now. So at this point it becomes very interesting to see whether TH can now take this expansion for himself and whether Moon can make an effective tier 2 tech to deal with what TH is doing right now. I'm very curious to see what will happen.
So here we go. Continued assault from TH as he takes out this next creep camp with the help of his tower and his mortar team. And TH has carved a way back into this game for himself as he continues to work against it. But there's still a long way to go here, because this is map 1 of second best of 3. So for whoever loses, there will always be another way back, but they will really be on the ropes. And time is going to be working against these guys now as well, because they've been on the stage now for the best part of an hour and a half. They must be tiring. Talk us through your sort of experiences like this in either second best of 3 or that I remember WCG Cologne, where you walked off the stage and you were, you'd won, of course, but you looked like you'd just run a marathon. You were sweating, and it had been a hell of an ordeal.
Yeah, I felt very weird indeed. My body wasn't really listening to me anymore. A lot of adrenaline came in that morning that I was preparing to go head-to-head with Moon in the WCG final, and when I finally won, I just couldn't believe it. It was only 3 games that I think at the maximum lasted like 1 hour and 20 minutes, but it really felt like I had been playing for 15 hours. And it took me many days to afterwards recover from it, like in a mental sense, to feel like the exhaustion and the tiredness and the nerves were finally out of my system. But I do think while you're still in the heat of the battle, exhaustion doesn't tread in that quickly yet. I just played the Season 8 regionals in Cologne, again in Cologne, and I had to come back from loser bracket 2 to play against Happy. And it ended up to be 5 maps where I came back and won 4-1. And even though some of the games were quite long, as long as you know that you still have to perform, somehow that adrenaline keeps you alive. And I don't think that you have any time to get tired at all. You need to stay focused. And if you do well, you just become more and more focused, more and more powerful, and you reach higher and higher power levels, so to speak.
So are you suggesting that during the WCG finals in Cologne, you became something of an overlord?
I do think I played above myself in certain moments, sometimes below, but like in those moments where everything feels right to you and you're doing well, it's a very, very nice feeling, and yeah.
Interesting.
No other words to describe it.
Now we have ourselves one hero went down. We're too far away from the screen to read it.
Yeah, I do know that the Blood Mage went down. He got surrounded by Huntresses. Nice kill there by Moon. We do see the Mountain King is still there, and although I can't read it correctly, I saw that he didn't get experience points for the last few creeps he killed earlier, so I do think he's level 5 Mountain King. And nice Hippogriff there by Moon, because TH was using Zeppelin to get these mortars at the Moon's expansion, cancelled the gold mine a couple of times, but now they're stuck on the island as Moon comes in, tries to kill them all, but Mountain King Staff of teleports in and TP's out, and he saves them all. And Moon, in fact, will only get one mortar kill, but did cost the town portal for TH. This is the kind of sick moves you see constantly in pro games, and people really make these up as they go. I mean, some of these tricks may be part of their standard arsenal, but you cannot possibly prepare this particular situation where they're taking each other's bases and all these bases are dying and expansions are being taken. You cannot predict it, and then at that time you have to be quick. You have to save your mortars. How are you going to do it? He tried to get the Zeppelin. Moon was there, stopped him in his tracks, and he devises of another way. Staff's there, TP's them out. Very clean operation.
So from your perspective in this one, where are we at? Moon still on top?
So I haven't seen any tier 2 units yet, except from the Hippogriff, which has proven very useful. I do see his tier 2. TH is towering more. They both have 2 gold mines. I think Moon's second gold mine is just about mining, because it got cancelled a few times. TH has been mining for longer. But these Chinese casters, they're not really showing what they're doing in their main base, so I can't see what units they're making. And as a player, that kind of irks me, but I can't do anything about it that we dropped. I guess we should be grateful that we can still watch.
Yeah.
And
trust me, the rest of the crowd, when the Chinese cast drop, they don't have a second chance saloon.
yeah.
The Chinese don't think to connect to quadv.com.
Yeah, we're lucky that we're in the tech room with streams from multiple different sources, so we can still watch. But I'm getting really curious. I think I'm gonna just pop out here and see what they're doing on the screen. Just like lean over Moon's shoulder and say, "Hey, what are you making? I'm curious." You know, this is important. The viewers want to know this.
Our tech guy Oliver is connected to the Matrix, so he could tell you what's happening.
So TH is still tier 3, which means we won't be seeing any flying machines, because you cannot get the anti-ground upgrade until you're tier 3. We won't be seeing any steam tanks either, but again, Zeppelin from TH there. Okay, I can see now. He's going to make Dragonhawks and mortar teams and towers the whole game long, probably, because these mortars can take down bases. He's playing a very tactical game here, difficult to perform. And the way to stop these mortar Zeppelin drops is to use Hippogriffs. But he's making Dragonhawks to take down the Hippogriffs. And as long as he has a 1-to-1 ratio of Dragonhawks to Hippogriffs, he can stop all of them from doing any attack at all. And Dragonhawks will absolutely dominate equal numbers of other air units, so long as it's not destroyers who are magic immune. But as long as Moon has about a 1.2 to 2 ratio, he would have enough Hippogriffs to take down a fair amount of Dragonhawks. And as soon as he gets a 1.5 to 2 ratio, he could take them all down without losing a single Hippogriff. So it's very important for him now to get a large amount of Hippogriffs so he can stop these attacks. But that's difficult because he's only mining from one base. And he can't really push out either because there's towers there now already. So I would say TH is very much the aggressor here and giving Moon a lot of trouble.
He will take another shot at that mine before it can be entangled. In will come those Huntresses to try and do some damage to the mortar teams, but they rain down an immense volume of damage when they do. And this will be a case of, can Moon hold out? Because this isn't an all-out kind of, I'm going to go and kill your heroes, then I'm going to kill your base.
Correct.
And, then I'm going to kill everything else.
It's slow poison.
Yeah.
And I'm now thinking, did Moon not have enough Hippogriffs or units to deal with this because he expanded again? Or is he being very clever that he already expanded again, considering that he's losing this one? I don't know which one is true. And these details, I mean, this state of the game, they're so difficult to measure why someone is ahead. And you can just see what's going on, but there's so much going on. There's so much values and decisions and timings that it becomes a very intuitive game. And your intuitive needs to be right on point to win a game like this. And now Moon can be happy. You don't know whether he would have had enough units had he not expanded again, but that's only a 350 gold investment, so I'm not sure. I do think it's very smart that he expanded again already on the right side of the map, and he's not completely emotionally invested in this game, I mean in this base anymore. He's defending this base as if it were his last chance at winning, and that's what it looks like to TH, but in fact, he's got an ace card, he's got a trump card. He's still got the other base. And this Zeppelin that's carrying the mortars, it's not looking in a very healthy shape anymore. If he takes that down, those mortars are there for the picking.
Has he spotted that second expansion now, do you think?
I couldn't say for sure. He's moving as if it's possible that he has, but he's not going for it either.
So we are delicately poised. Still a long way to go in this one, as we have...
This Zeppelin is running for its life. The Demon Runner already has Orb of Venom as the creeps start attacking the Dragonhawk. They didn't get a shot on the Zeppelin though. Those Dragonhawks were trying to desperately protect that Zeppelin from dying, and they did manage to because TH is now launching an attack and Moon has decided to let go. End result of that little confrontation and chasing up above the trees is that one Dragonhawk went down to creeps. And I do believe that TH has not spotted the expansion yet. If this Demon is on attack move, he will kill the Zeppelin, and he does. He kills the Zeppelin by a manual attack. He saw it, he took it down. One mortar didn't get out in time and is now very dizzy and cannot move very fast or attack very fast, but he's choosing to attack another one first. Nearly killed it. One more hit from a huntress.
time now. They've been up there for 2 hours.
Yeah, and Night of Human games, they often make it into late game, as there's no, as there is like there are a few all-in ways to, win an all-in push really quickly. Both the elf can AP push the human, which we saw in this game, but it didn't lead to a conclusion of the game. And then we saw TH doing a tower rush in game 1, which ended very quickly. But in game 2 he tried the tower rush again, and it didn't end the game, and it became really long, where Moon made a comeback. So if the all-in push doesn't work, it can become a very long game indeed. And I really like seeing these kind of games, because so many different skills from these players come into play. And I just heard from our technical squad that TH has lost his last source of income, a very significant piece of information there. And Moon is actually in the same situation right now, as he lost his expansion and is now scrambling to defend the second one, which is being assaulted by 2 siege engines. So very nice situation where both don't have any more gold. So they have to do it with what they got right now. Moon does have the comfort of having 3 bases, but none of them are actually mining at the moment. He's got 2 trees of life. One was set to go up to the red spot in the top right corner, which is normally a main base position. He's got the one which he just uprooted when the siege engines attacked it, which is at the right hand side natural expansion. And he's got this tree of eternity, but I think he would do well to leave his tree of eternity in the main base, because any unit that he staffs with Staff of Preservation will go to the biggest level tree, and you want that to be your main base, because that's where all the Moonwells are.
So, with no gold coming in, at some point soon, TH is going to have to push all in.
I'm not sure. This is one way of looking at it, but another way is that they both have a lot of staffs, and they're not called Staff of Preservation and Staff of Sanctuary for no reason. They do an excellent job of saving units. So if he uses his 3 heroes well, the Mountain King, the Blood Mage and the Paladin, and he saves his units, they could still do a really long battle, even if they both wouldn't have any gold at all.
Now the Tree of Life is being assaulted down in the bottom right hand corner here.
Yeah, and I think he'll staff in with a panda. No, it was the demon who had the staff. He is here, but it won't be a few seconds that he takes these tanks down, and it will take him quite some time. And TH is smartly using that time to creep significant camps on the map. He just grabbed the red spot and sending skeletons down, and I think that will make him spot the Tree of Life attempt there, so he could either go for it or go somewhere else.
Now we see another expansion attempt here by TH to try and get some gold in the coffers. And
4 mortar teams harassing there. I wonder whether they're being backed up by a Zeppelin. TH is increasing his hero level advantage. I can't call it an advantage, but he's definitely making a disparity in hero levels, as he's taking big creep camps. There are a lot of them on Twisted Meadows, so the creeps never really seem to run out. And if you do have time to creep them all, it gives a huge advantage where you get valuable items, gold, and experience points. And these team tanks are still buying a lot of time.
Yeah. As the Demon Hunter continues to push out and take down that last unit.
He did take down at least 1 mortar team. We didn't see the rest, unfortunately, but considering there's only 1 left, it's conceivable that he killed 3 of them. I don't see the hero levels for the Paladin. What hero is the Paladin? Level 2. Probably get level 3 right here. He doesn't dare to creep without his MK, which would increase the amount of experience that his Paladin would get and the Blood Mage, but that's too dangerous, as Moon could come in at any time, and he does, and he wants everything to be there. Hippogriff came out, Metamorphosis got used. I'm a little bit surprised at how quickly he used it, but I think that's a safety precaution too, as Metamorphosis will make sure that he gains 500 life immediately, which will make it much less likely that he'll accidentally lose his Demon Hunter.
So we are in a pickle, as
I think Moon is taking a nice lead on the game. Probably got his expansion back on the bottom right hand corner, and maybe at the top right as well. Whereas TH, he wasn't even power building his expansion at the bottom. He simply doesn't have the money. He was just building with one peasant, going the long way, and I think it's probably not even finished yet. And Moon's army, especially with that level 6 demon, is too much for TH to handle. He needs to at least wait till it's back to normal, and then he could use Banish and Bolt to kill it. Moon is actually mining nothing right now. He has 1 digit gold. I think he has about 1 gold. He was probably repairing stuff. Slowly he's getting some gold again. We'll first need to spend all of that to get more Wisp to further increase his gold income. And he should rather hope that he's not forced to uproot more trees or worse, even lose them. A very dangerous move by Moon going into towers. Thought perhaps they could clean up these 2 towers here, but was being backed by TH's army. This demon does not have cooldown yet to go for more metamorphosis, and it just seems like this Mountain King has a wealth of mana that will never end on account of the Blood Mage siphoning mana to him. So now there could be a Banish and Bolt, very dangerous for the Demon Hunter. Does not have heal pot or invulnerability, being chased down, still with about 30% life, and gets away in time. Is quick enough to evade the MK. MK being one of the slower heroes in the game, even with boots of speed, is still a little bit slower than the Demon Hunter. And there's Moon's backup as he comes in and chases TH back to the tower.
Moon using his army well to draw away the forces, and TH does not decide to chase, but Moon's got a far larger unit count for his attacks.
Correct. He has a larger unit count. He's also got more expansions. His heroes seem to be holding out on their own, and it's all TH can really do now just to stay alive.
Are we in a position of...
Yeah, and I just heard that Moon is at 51 food, which is about the most unideal food count you could possibly be at. It's pushing you into a 30% tax rate on all your income, and at the same time it's not enough food to justify the extra units for. But I'm sure that he'll probably go over quickly enough. He's not in a position where he feels that he needs to save up gold. Rather he get more army and perhaps make an end to this game, as a moment of inattention could make sure that TH, for example, grabs another expansion at the top left or the top corner. And he is going more over 50 food, getting more units, hippogriffs, bears, and TH getting a very nice number of towers there, which can really only be taken down by a Demon Hunter in Metamorphosis form with Roar, Rejuvenation, and also backup units. So it will take a while till TH would lose that expansion, but if I'm not correct, if I do recall correctly, if I am correct, Moon already mined thousands of gold from that base, so it's not going to sustain TH for that long. And that's why he's already trying to tower this up, so he can put down an expansion there too, the top left corner. And Moon, again, excellent scouting, sees that and is going for it now. Not enough siege engines to make Moon turn tail and defend, so he can first comfortably take that down and then probably staff back home to defend.
So right now, Moon is on the offensive. Moon is the one chasing the victory. What can TH do to win?
What he's doing right now, he already killed just 1 bear. He needs to try and keep killing units while not losing any, and that's no easy feat. And the demon is back in metamorphosis form. Dryads are killing stuff, slowing stuff down. Those hippogriffs are very superior in anti-air battles, and there is a town portal, but he chooses not to use it yet as he's running away. And TH is one of the best MK Paladin Blood Mage controls that I've seen. It's very unlikely for him to use any of his 3 heroes for as long as the game goes on like this. Griffins, however, are not the same story. They are less valuable to him than the heroes, so we do see some of them dying now and then. And every Griffin that dies gives Moon an increased lead.
Yeah, TH is just unable to replenish that army.
Yeah, he's trying to expand at the same time, while yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that Blood Mage should have been dead, and he just staffed it out. He even had to give the staff to another hero first and then quickly staff it out. We do see 1 Griffin going down. These 2 towers provide rather paltry defense now, as Moon's army looking kind of dangerous. And another Dragonhawk goes down. The Moon is pushing his advantage. Going in, it would be nice if he could kill this Arcane Vault. A little bit of a movement bug there, or did he press hold? Demon Hunter gets level 7. I can only assume that was by the 2 bears at perhaps his expansion, killing off the last siege engine. Plenty of towers here. Moon did not... What's that?
They've been chasing that siege for about 20 minutes now.
Yeah, the
Good
better part of 20 minutes. And finally got it. TH does have enough towers there, and Moon did not manage to take them down. It does give TH a chance to build up an expansion there as soon as he has 385 gold, which I don't think he has yet.
And we're at this position where...
Okay, so Panda's not level 5 yet. I think he's level 4.3 now. And there's still a few creeps left on the camp, which can help him to get level 5. And level 5 is a very significant level to reach for the Panda, much more significant than going from 3 to 4, as his main skill, the Fire Breath, is leveled up one more time. And this will help killing units, heroes, towers, peasants, anything. Anti-Magic Shell there by Moon. Nice, I think he should keep doing that. Anti-Magic Shell will make it impossible for TH to use any kind of magic attacks, be it spells from heroes or even Griffin Rider attack on the Demon Hunter. It lasts 10 seconds, with its only disadvantage being that it can be dispelled by a priest. But I don't see any priests from TH.
TH continues to fight, continues his endeavor, but at the moment, he's the one on the run. Moon's the aggressor. Moon's the one with perhaps one hand in the next round already.
It's very dangerous to think like that, especially against TH. And while you're right, and we have the comfort of thinking like that, and I do agree with you, Moon could not think about it like that, because when you get comfortable and you think that you're winning, that's when you start making the stupidest mistakes, and he cannot afford doing that right now. And he did find a very nice item on this Pandaren Brewmaster, the Scourge Bone Chimes, giving his demon, when it's in range, his panda, all the Druids of the Claw, 15% or 10% lifesteal on every hit that they make. And that will help keep them alive. This even counts for when they attack towers. So that's kind of nice.
He will continue his tower attack now, but is being chased out.
Yeah, we see ultimate being used by Mountain King. That means he's also magic immune right now. He can Stormbolt all he pleases, cannot get mana burned. Nice save there again on the Blood Mage. Paladin probably about level 3.6 now, if I'm correct. Blood Mage is in this level 4. Mountain King is about 6 or 7. And this is a situation that TH has been in rather often. He's got that expansion up, and I think he's probably expanding top left as well, while Moon is trying to get the top.
And so,
okay, so these 2 bears are still chasing siege engines. That's crazy.
I think they have now passed the 20-minute mark of chasing those.
It's like all they do. Don't they get any holidays or breaks? It's a full-time job.
Yeah, I don't think you get health insurance with that.
Yeah. And we do see the Demon Hunter coming in now to take down these towers. He doesn't need to take down all of them. I think he only needs to take down the 2 Arcanes and perhaps 1 Guard Tower. And then he should just fix his focus on the peasants and the Town Hall. Which he's doing. Enough towers went down for him to now not fear too much about losing stuff. He can probably do 1 more Fire Breath and attack some with the Demon Hunter and take down that Town Hall, but he's not being too stubborn to do that when the heroes come in. At this point he needs to be careful that he doesn't lose something. He is losing a few bears.
Don't worry, he's got 2 still chasing a siege tank he can call upon whenever he needs to.
If they're finally done with their day chores.
Yeah, if they're not too tired. Pandaren still hasn't made it to level 5.
So this is going very dangerous. He already used Staff of Preservation, and gotta be careful with his panda there. But MK is also low on life, and Demon smells blood. But he just got healed. Mana pots can be bought, heal pots can be bought. Gotta be careful there.
And here we see the ongoing chase of bear to siege tank that you can see on any street in the world.
As the drivers stick out their fists and do a little victory pump, yelling at the bears, saying, "You may win a battle, but you won't win the war." And the last laugh indeed goes to them, as Moon is now back to 1 gold mine only. And the 3 siege engines are already headed for there. And army coming in here, and Moon seems like he's a bit low on life there. Moon was kind of low, rejuvenation being used. Can't stop this attack very quickly, and the siege engines in the meantime will be attacking his base. What level up there? The Paladin is now level 4. Moon still with army superiority, but everything costs time what he's doing. And Panda levels up. That must be level 6 now. Is that correct? Is that a level 6 Panda? Technical squad?
I don't think he's clicked on the Panda yet.
Yeah. So we're not exactly sure. I think it would be level 6 because he just got level 5 from creeping. That means he can now use Storm, Earth and Fire, which is great against tanks. But Fire Breath is also great.
Here we go. The Bears have been given some moral support in their chase of the siege tanks, and
long overdue.
they have now finally got one and should finish off the second one. But the Mountain King is coming to join the party, and they will let that last one go. And the Bears have given up.
As the labor union finally listened to their complaints of too long working hours and low wages, and they got some support now from their fellow colleagues, and the siege engines gave up for now, and they got a small respite. As
it's like British Airways all over again.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So
they've been a lot in the news too. And now we've got 2 mines for TH. He did take a bit of a hit there on his bottom expansion. All peasants dying. By now I presume he will have replenished them already. But I think that gold mine is pushing the 1,000, 2,000, at the most 3,000 gold limit left in it. So it won't give that much gold anymore. And TH will be back down to 1 gold on the top left. But he's doing rather well, and his army is starting to look a little bit more dangerous. Let's see what Ida Moon gets there. Boots of Speed. He could give it to the Pandaren Brewmaster if he doesn't already have one. Kind of useful. And this expansion just finished, and TH is coming in. He doesn't have any siege attack, which means that Moon has enough time to react on that. And Demon staffs in. By this time, TH is already gone. Puts down a completely random tower in the middle of the map, and at this point, towers could really be built anywhere and be kind of useful, because I haven't seen any place except for the islands where both players haven't gone at some point in the game. And these towers, they serve offensive means, defensive means, they buy time, and it's really an important way of a macro human player to use.
Got more going down at this gold mine here.
And town portal being used, even though he wasn't too far. That's because he would have lost if he spent the time to walk there, and he feels that perhaps he can catch some units with his Dryad, and this is not the case, unfortunately. One Dryad was being a bit blocked in. Loads of Divine Shields and Staffs of Sanctuary. Getting a few mana burns. Bolt and Banish brings down the demon to below half-life, so he needs a rejuvenation right away, which he does do. And TH is playing cat and mouse.
Who is the cat, though? Moon still the cat?
Moon is definitely the mouse. Even in the points where it seemed like he was winning, it seemed like he stayed the mouse ever since the tower push failed. And it's okay being the mouse if you're smart. He's done very well in defending, but I do feel like TH is the one running around, running away from confrontations, and Moon is chasing him. But Moon never gets exactly the fight he desires, never is able to do a decisive blow, and TH has been doing these little irritating attacks all over the map. As Moon has to try to deal with it as well as he can. Took down 1 unit now, another got staffed. Can he take down 1 more Griffin? No, it got staffed as well. Nice there. Curious to see if TH has about 3 staffs of Sanctuary now.
Never been able to use that metamorphosis on this map to its true devastating potential.
Correct, because it's been a lot of running back and forth, so it works the best when the opponent is forced to fight you. And when he runs away, he'll just run your cooldown down.
And finally, that siege tank should go down at that expansion, and will deem it safe. The Mountain King finds himself, I think...
Oh my god, 6 saves there. That Griffin was like nearly dead. I think it'll be at 1 HP from the poison. And he got staffed out again.
Paladin is the one on the lowest health now.
Holy Light brings the Blood Mage back to full life, trying to do a surround there, which could have been very nice, but didn't manage it. And Divine Shield right at the right time again. He uses these heroes so well.
Does TH have will TH be believing he can win this?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to stop believing that. He has to believe it, and he's seen what his heroes can do. He knows what they can do, and if he can kill enough bases from Moon and get to the point where Moon simply doesn't have enough money to make another one, he's looking very nice to win. And it's really anyone's game now, and it's not easy to talk anymore about who's ahead, because every decision they make is pivotal.
I hope you viewers at home went to the toilet before this round. I didn't. We are.
So how much gold is left in that mine? Okay, this one is 2 digits. It's nearly empty. They did check the mine on the top left. I think it's about 6 or 9,000. Couldn't see it exactly. We're about 2 to 3 meters away from the screen here. As early on we disconnected from the game, but luckily we have another stream going on, which is being controlled by Chinese casters. The game luckily still went on. That's by far the most important thing. It would be absolutely gutting if the game disconnected here, as there would be no clear winner and they would have to replay the game after investing so much time in it. And as a Warcraft fan, I would just love to see how this game will end, as both players are fighting for their life. This is the first game of the second best of 3, but obviously it will determine who will go out ahead in this map, lead out with a 1-0, and be a bit more comfortable in the second map, which we'll see after this game ends. And I'm not sure that this game will actually ever end.
I have been thinking about that for a while.
I mean, there's still loads of islands to go to. Why stop in the mainland, right? And nice cancel there by Moon. Even though he has to think about 100,000 different things at once, he still has the presence of mind to notice, even during a fight when his Tree of Life is being attacked by siege engines, and cancel that one and got back the money for it. But TH army seems to be swelling.
From, I mean, the loser of this one is going to be absolutely gutted.
Yeah, it's especially after a game like this, it's going to be very difficult to still play perfectly in the next game. It's so hard to come down from controlling up to 100 food armies, fully upgraded, and then go back to those little things of the next map, little important micro things. It's completely differently played.
I would love to see next map TH rush again.
That would be so weird to go from a big game like this to a very quick rush. Very hard to deal with. And it looks like TH is his sick hero level Staff of Sanctuary and two-pronged attack is now bearing fruits for him. Moon is expanding again and again, but he's losing one for sure, maybe one more, or it looks like he's gonna save this one, but effectively not mining right now, and that means that TH is one up ahead of him in that one, because he is mining, and I'm so curious to see how much gold is in there. Can anyone see that? TH is mine on the top left. If he clicks it again, please let me know. I think, if I have to guess, it's about 4,500 gold, which is way more than Moon would want it to be. Way enough to keep up a steady production of units. So long as he doesn't lose any, we'll only see TH's army getting bigger. And I can even see him taking the 12 o'clock natural gold mine now. And now Moon is in no position to go there and stop it. So this is, I mean, it's definitely a nightmare to lose a long game like this, where you start out with a very promising tower push. You follow up with a 2 to 3 base against 1 base advantage, and then hero levels grow big, and TH plays absolutely amazing in this game. So does Moon, and both players can be proud of this game when they look back on it after about 50 years. But any sooner than that, it would just give them bitter memories if they lost it, as Moon's Demon Hunter portals in with a Staff of Teleport and tries to do something here, but he can't burn the MK on account of it being in avatar mode, and Banish there gets staffed out in time. Luckily, another Banish bolt on the Panda, who has no way of escaping, and I do think he's going to be dying here, and that might be the GG as the Mountain King reaches level 8, and he's chasing down all the additional units from Moon with just 1 Demon Hunter who could get banished and bolted again. Remember, Griffins do double damage as well when there's a banish on a banished unit. And Demon Hunter has to run for his life as TH finally has the kind of army advantage that means he can even win a battle in the open air. That spells trouble for Moon.
It's interesting, you talked about that banish and bolt earlier on when we first started this, and it's taken a long time to really see it come to its prominence, come to it's only ever been able to use in defensive mode before, but now for the first time it's the weapon it was always meant to be.
Correct, and TH popularized this way of play. I'm not even sure anyone else can do it, even half as good as him. He came out with these weird hero choices like MK first, Paladin third, and Blood Mage second. It hadn't been done that much before that, and he's just doing it so well and so comfortable with it as he takes down the Demon Hunter in an absolutely amazing game. And I wonder how long that game was. Yeah. Do we have any idea?
Yeah, they won't cut to that screen. Oliver can give us a rough idea.
55 minutes. That's nearly 1 hour of play. Amazing length on that game there, and important win for TH as he takes the 1-0 lead again, just like in the first game. And we'll have to see whether Moon can come back with 2 maps again.